BEONTVUK for the community, by the community. www.beontvuk.com
অন্যায়, অত্যাচার, অবিচার, রাজনীতি, অর্থনীতি, সংস্কৃতি, ধর্মনীতি কিংবা দুর্নীতি, প্রাসঙ্গিক হয় নিয়মের জালে যা অপ্রাসঙ্গিক, যা আপনি বলতে চান, আপনারা বলতে চান, এসবেরই সমসাময়িক প্রেক্ষাপট নিয়ে আপনাদের সরাসরি অংশগ্রহণে আমি রিয়াদ আহাদ বিয়ন্ড টিভির পর্দায় আসছি নতুন অনুষ্ঠান নিয়ে। আমিও বলতে চাই, আপনারা বলবেন, আমরা শুনবো।
রিয়াদ আহাদের সঞ্চালনায় কমিউনিটির নানা বিষয় নিয়ে ভিন্ন মাত্রার অনুষ্ঠান আমিও বলতে চাই দেখুন প্রতি সপ্তাহে শুধুমাত্র বিয়ন্ড টিভিতে। প্রযোজনায় শিপন আহমেদ।
BEONTVUK for the community, by the community.
শিক্ষা, সাহিত্য, সংস্কৃতি কিংবা জজ, ব্যারিস্টার, ডাক্তার, ইঞ্জিনিয়ার, ব্যবসা, নানাভাবে নানা ক্ষেত্রে আমাদের কমিউনিটির মানুষেরা আলো ছড়াচ্ছেন, আলোকিত করছেন আমাদের পুরো কমিউনিটিকে। নিজ নিজ অবস্থান থেকে সফল সেই সব আলোকিত মুখ, আলোকিত মানুষদের নিয়ে আমি বিলাল বদর আসছি বিয়ন্ড টিভির পর্দায় আমার নতুন অনুষ্ঠান আলোকিত মুখ নিয়ে। চোখ রাখুন বিয়ন্ড টিভির পর্দায়।
কমিউনিটির আলোকিত মানুষদের নিয়ে বেলাল বদরুলের সঞ্চালনায় আলোকিত মুখ দেখুন পাক্ষিকভাবে শুধুমাত্র বিয়ন্ড টিভিতে। প্রযোজনায় শিপন আহমেদ।
BEONTVUK for the community, by the community.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আপনি কি কোনো আইনি জটিলতায় ভুগছেন অথবা কোনো আইনি সহায়তা চান? তাহলে দেখতে ভুলবেন না লিগ্যাল সলিউশনস উইথ সারাফ খান। চোখ রাখুন বিয়ন্ড টিভি ইউকেতে।
BEONTVUK for the community, by the community. www.beontvuk.com
Assalamu alaikum everybody, my name is Asma Choudhury and welcome to another episode of Family Time. Today I will be discussing the topic around academic, professional and personal life. So for my generation, when we were growing up and going to college and school, the expectations from our parents was to study a course or a degree to lead us to have a highly professional career. But the goalpost has changed for today's youth. The younger generation of today are following some aspirations in their lives and pursuing a career which is outside the norm of an academic life, and they are aspiring in those professional careers. Sorry, there's been a bit of a technical issue, sorry guys. The younger generation of today are pursuing interests in professions that nobody would have thought about 30 to 40 years ago, and they are thriving in those aspirations. So how do these young people balance their academic, professional and personal life? To discuss this issue, we have a very talented young gentleman who is the pride of the Bangladeshi community, and I've got his family in the studio with me as well. This young gentleman is ranked the champion. This young gentleman is ranked the #1 champion in the boxing arena. Okay, and he is 6 times national champion for the national amateur boxing. Recently stunning the first round stoppage of an opponent 11 years his senior. But before I go to my guests, if you wish to join the discussion in the studio, please phone our studio on 0121 257 7007. So my guests, everybody, we have none other than boxer Hamza Uddin. Assalamu alaikum Hamza and welcome. How are you today?
Wa alaikum salam. I'm feeling honoured and privileged to be a part of this community by joining the guest list.
Yeah, and it's an honour to have you on the studio today.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we shall now go to his father, Siraj Uddin, also known as Raj. Assalamu alaikum, brother, and welcome. How are you feeling today? Okay, so I am going to come to you, Hamza, first. Tell me, what inspired you to go into boxing?
It's quite a long story, but we have time today. So, first of all, I think my father inspired me because when he was near enough to my age, he was into this sort of stuff himself. But, of course, in his generation, there wasn't as many opportunities as I find myself lucky to have now. So, yeah, I started at around 6 or 7 years of age.
Yeah.
Just, watching my father, like his equipment and stuff, and just getting into it slowly and slowly. And thankfully, my mother and my father were very supportive of me wanting to take up a slightly different route to what other people would take. But yeah, I just tried boxing, walked into the gym, enjoyed it, had fun. So I thought I'll just keep going and see where it takes me, and here we are today.
Yeah, and a great achievement that is. So I've mentioned briefly your achievements, but for our viewers, what would you like to mention what you think your greatest achievement so far?
There are a few, but I'd have to say the senior elite national title. And for those who don't know how big that is, it's the most prestigious tournament in amateur boxing in the whole of Great Britain. It's a tournament that has been going on since the late 1800s, and I'm proud to say that I'm the youngest ever person of all time to win that tournament. So to be British, to be Bangladeshi as well, and to have such a legacy behind me, I'd have to say, yeah, that's my biggest achievement for sure.
Yeah, and especially to be, from the Bangladeshi community, because, we have youngsters like you thriving these days, and, to come to such a level, it must be, wow, a great achievement for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You've achieved so many accolades. What was your initial thoughts, emotional feelings when you won your first national tournament?
That feeling is irreplaceable. The first one's always the sweetest in anything in life, but my first national title, it's almost a feeling of so much work's been put into it, but when your hard work turns into something positive, and I can finally call myself the #1 in Great Britain, it's like, proud is an understatement. It's an amazing feeling.
But that feeling in that ring, that boxing ring, how was it at that time?
It's hard to, honestly, I had so much adrenaline, I've almost forgot what it felt like.
Did you realise that you won though at that time?
It hardly felt real, honestly, hardly felt real. I was just buzzing, jumping around like there was no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think about it to this day, it's amazing. Yeah.
Very surreal for you, I suppose.
Still till this day,
yeah. Yeah.
Till this day.
Oh wow. Raj, so no, actually, before I come to Raj, one last, the other question which I'm quite intrigued to know, and for our viewers, is how do you discipline yourself in your training?
Discipline is very important in any work that you do. My discipline comes from the good example that my family, my mother, my father set to me. And of course, following the example is honourable for me.
Yeah.
Also, my religion as well.
Yes.
My religion teaches me morals and values that, all Muslims should follow, and I think that helps me to stay disciplined and on track with whatever I do. Yeah.
And religion, I just hit the nail on the spot. Religion hits a very important part of any Muslim's discipline, I suppose, and
Absolutely.
you balancing that life. So how do you, when it's time to read namaz and watch your training, how do you balance that out?
There's times where it does clash, but before I'm a boxer, I'm a Muslim, so
Yeah.
I do, although it's hard, I do have to find a way to balance and incorporate and make sure I'm reading my namaz, etc. Also while doing my training. I feel like being a Muslim helps me mentally, spiritually, to cleanse my thoughts and make me free in my mind, so then when I am training, I don't know, it gives me an extra boost
Yeah.
Even, you know, just in normal life, it makes me feel more peaceful.
Yeah.
So I think religion is such a big thing. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, such wise words from a young gentleman such as yourself. So, Raj, sorry, I'll come to you now. So, as a parent and as a coach, okay, what was your initial feeling when Hamza won his national titles for Team GB?
It was just priceless, basically.
Yeah.
You know, when he won it, I just could not believe, you know, that this was real.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing could have replaced that feeling in the world. I just started crying, and I could not stop crying, you know, for about a good half an hour.
Yeah.
I was just lost for word.
Yeah.
You know, it was like nothing was better than that.
Yeah.
Nothing was better than that. Yeah.
And so, I suppose that adrenaline level when you was like watching the game,
Yeah.
it was like those emotions, I suppose, was like probably flowing through though, weren't they?
It's just, I don't know how to put it in words. You know, you just have to see it to believe it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
You know, it's just
And I suppose the same
unreal
would
that
go
was.
for your wife as well, though,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
unreal that was, yeah.
Well, not just your wife, the whole family.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
she was on the prayers mat, basically. That's what I remember, basically. And as soon as I, you know, as soon as I called her, basically, she was still on prayers mat, you know, reciting Surah Yasin and all that.
Yeah.
And I still remember what happened. She just burst out crying, you know, just the way I did. So I had to call the, you know, cut the call off, basically.
Yeah. Brilliant. So, did you ever imagine that Hamza, your son, would represent Team GB and win those brilliant titles for Team GB?
To be honest, not to start with. When I took him to that local place, basically, I just took him there, you know, just for self-defense, you know, and, you know, a bit of disciplines and all that. And the first time he laced a pair of gloves, and I put him in sparring, and that's some of the stuff that he was doing. I still remember. He was like, they were other kids, but he was different, you know. And at that point, I knew there's something about him, you know. And I said to myself, you know what? Me as a boxer, boxing background, I thought, you know, if I support him, you know, he could do something. He could be someone as well. So from that point, I had a feeling that, you know, he's a special kid. Yeah.
But did you think when he was growing up as a child, he thought, oh, so I'm gonna, because I'm a boxer, I'm gonna like have my children go into boxing or my son go into boxing? Did you ever think, when obviously when he was a little baby, did you ever think that, oh, I'm a boxer, he's going to be a boxer?
No, I did not think it like that. I knew that I would teach him.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would teach him enough to look after himself on the street and stuff like that. But I did not think that he was going to step in the ring and you know, turn out to be such a great talent. Yeah, I did not think it until the first day when I took him in the gym. When I took him in the gym, that's when it turned out to be the fact that, you know, he's you know, quite special. Yeah. But up till then, no, I did not think that he was going to achieve what he achieved.
Yeah. And was it your choice to go into boxing?
Yeah, absolutely. It was just from my own. I don't know what drove me. Well, there was a couple of things that drove me, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just felt like it was for me as soon as I started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From when you was a little boy.
Yeah. I think that's what everyone should do. Follow your passion.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what I don't regret it at all, because it's still to this day is my passion. Since from when I was a kid till now, it's still my passion.
Yeah, brilliant. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So we've heard a bit about Hamza's story and his dad's story, but before we proceed any further with the programme, we have a short clip to show you all of Hamza's training moments and the matches which had led him to win these national titles. So we will be back shortly after the video, and so stay tuned and hope you enjoy the video, and see you in a bit.
Keep on. 1, 2. Jab it, 1, 2.
Harder, faster. Further up. Come on, higher. That's it, good.
Portion of the round on the 10-second clapper as Hamza Uddin is Uddin in his first season as a senior. He's engaging with the fans who have travelled up with him from Warsaw. A terrific display where he took a look at Tom Marley, who applied effective pressure in the early stages, but then when Hamza Uddin made the adjustment and began to find a home for that uppercut.
For your officials at ringside scoring a unanimous decision, all in favour of your winner and boxing out of the blue corner, Hamza Uddin.
For the unanimous decision, Uddin in the red corner.
Yes, Yusuf! Yeah! Yo!
Faster baby, I'll see.
You all on video, so I hope our viewers have enjoyed that, because I certainly did. So we have another young gentleman from the Uddin family at our studios today, another aspiring boxer, Yusufuddin. Assalamu alaikum, Yusuf, and welcome to the studio.
Walaikum salam.
How are you feeling?
Alhamdulillah, all good today.
Okay, don't feel nervous. So, tell me, Yusuf, what are your aspirations in life?
My aspirations, I'm currently in the national championship right now, so inshallah I'll win that. And after that I've got another youth championship, so inshallah I'll win that one as well.
Yeah.
Getting to England camps, and when I'm 18 I'm looking to to join GB boxing, just like my brother Hamza is right now. And inshallah after that, when I'm after that I'm looking to turn professional.
Yeah. So you're following into your older brother's footsteps?
Yes.
And is he mentoring you?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he a good mentor? Who's the better mentor, your father or your dad?
They both are, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because obviously they both are the reason I wanted to box as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. And who are you close to? Are you who's you close to most, your dad or your brother?
I'm close to both of them.
Are you? Yeah. Do you take him out for a treat?
Maybe now and then. Not too much of the boxing can stay on his diet, hasn't he? So.
We will when we win the national title.
So what are you doing now then? Tell me, what are you doing now and what are you working towards?
Right now I'm training because I'm through to the semi-finals in the championship I'm currently entered, and right now I'm training so I can inshallah win that, and inshallah the finals, and inshallah win that one as well.
Yeah, but currently what are you doing at school?
Right now I'm just revising on my GCSE, inshallah looking to pass that.
Yeah.
And I can come out of year 11, come out of school and do my boxing peacefully.
Yeah. Yeah, so that must be a big challenge for you then, isn't it? Because this year is quite crucial for GCSEs. Yeah. So it's going to be balancing both your GCSE and your training, I suppose. Yeah. And have you got a plan on how to balance that out?
The times I'm not training, I normally revise at home.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I finish my training, I get back to my revision, because obviously my GCSE is very important as well, because I want to pass that, and inshallah I can pass it. I can go home peacefully. My dad can sign me out when I'm in the sixth form, and he can sign me out so I can do my training peacefully.
Yeah. Right, and Raj, do you have do you draw up a plan for your boys to this is a plan for your academic and a timetable?
Yeah.
Do you have a hand in that?
Yeah, we're very, very disciplined about the way we go about things.
Yeah, so you balance everything out.
So everything is fully planned and fully plotted.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So after coaching the two talented sons, do you have any other members in your family that you wish to take into boxing with you?
I have a son who is just 8, basically, So whether if he wants to be a boxer or wrestler or a bodybuilder, I don't know yet. That is yet to be found out later. When he's about 10, 11, 12, I will ask him what he wants to do.
Has he not shown any interest yet, like the way Hamza did?
He is. He trains at home. I've got 2 daughters, younger than Yusuf. They train at home as well.
So you're training your daughters up as well?
Yeah, they're all keeping it fit.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. So stuff like it's not just a male-dominated boxing household, it's all diverse then?
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's how it should be.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what would you say to the ladies out there who want to pursue a career like this, especially from the Bangladeshi background? What would you say to the community out there about that?
I would like to say basically, I know Asian parents, they always looking at, producing members, their daughters or sons to be barristers, lawyers and doctors. I would like to say that, look, this is not for everyone.
Yeah.
It's all about, your kid finding something that he's good at or she's good at.
Yeah.
Wherever he's good at or she's good at, let them stick to it. So if they're good at academically, then by all means go that way. If they're good at sport, let them do it. I want the community to be more versatile and diverse.
Yeah. So encouraging their daughters as well, going out to because at the moment it is quite
equally as well as boys and the girls basically. This is for not just boys, it's for it's for girls as well, basically.
Okay. So talking about then my next question to both of you, I suppose, is have you got any plans to go to Bangladesh at all and spread the awareness about boxing? And if you are, any plans to do any boxing activities out there?
Yes, alhamdulillah, we have plans. We have been approached from Bangladesh boxing associations. Basically, we have been invited to go to their camps and help them. Apparently, when they were representing Bangladesh in the Commonwealth game, they actually visited us, and we had a long chat, about Hamza as well, going there and box there as a professional. So yeah, it's all happening together now. Yeah,
good. Have you been to Bangladesh before, or if you did go, would it be your first time?
I've actually never been, to be honest, so it would be my first time.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go, to be honest, but it hasn't been in my destiny yet, but I'm sure soon.
Yeah. Well, it will be in your destiny, like, the way your father's planning and, the way you're progressing in the way you've progressed, not progressing, but you've progressed in your profession. Inshallah, you will be going to Bangladesh to represent the nation.
It's just a matter of
Yeah. And would it be something, I mean, do you have anything in the lines of maybe setting up an academy over there in Bangladesh?
Yeah, I'd love to increase participation, especially in there, because boxing's not always about winning gold medals and nice shiny belts. It's about keeping fit and disciplined. So increasing participation by giving opportunities to younger children, even older adults, and just, I don't know, keeping the community together with boxing would be a dream of mine, especially in Bangladesh.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. And how about you, Yusuf? You looking forward to going to Bangladesh if your father and your brother go to Bangladesh?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to go to Bangladesh because obviously I haven't been either, so inshallah I can't wait to go there.
Yeah, it is a lovely country to visit, it is. So I'm going to go to both your brothers now and don't feel that you're being left out. But how do you balance your professional, academic and your personal life? I'll go to Hamza, you first. So how do you do that? How do you create that balance?
It's been something I've been doing for a long time, of course, because I've been boxing a long time as I've been involved in my academic studies. Well, it is hard, but it's about preparing. It's about seeing the future. So obviously, when I did my GCSEs, which was a few years back now, there was schedules put in place to ensure that enough revision is being done, as well as getting the right training in for my tournaments. Of course, even though I'm a boxer, I don't hide the fact that education is really important as well.
Yeah.
So I can't just do boxing and throw away education to the side. So balancing it is important so that you're getting everything done at once. It does take sacrifice and hard work, but I think it's the best way to balance rather than to throw one to the side and do the other. I feel like the balance is required.
Yeah. And I suppose you do need to wind down a bit as well for your personal life. So pursue, going out with friends. And do you have much time to do that?
I do have the time to do it, but it's a conscious choice not to.
Yes.
I feel like it's good to interact with your friends, your family. Of course, family-wise, I'm always with my family, you know, spending time together. But as far as going out is concerned, I don't do it too much. I feel like there's more productive things that can be done.
Yeah.
If anything, I think socialising now and then, of course, to keep up with what's going on in the world is great.
Yeah.
But of course, with all the dangers of the outside world nowadays, it's not so simple to just go outside and relax and wind down like it used to be.
Yeah.
But as long as you find the right balance, which is what we're talking about today, isn't it? The right balance.
Absolutely.
If you can find the right balance, then I think all is possible.
And I suppose also you've got to think about balance, because you touched earlier on about your faith, your Islamic route as well. So I mean, how did you find that during your childhood years? Because obviously you had to learn your Arabic teaching as well. How did you bring that into your busy life?
I did a lot, religion-wise. It's something that's just incorporated. It's always been incorporated into my life, even from the age of 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And I like to say I'm quite intelligent, so I did pick it up quite quickly. But yeah, I've just incorporated it into my life wherever I can. Even just, when I'm at the gym, I'll see it's time to pray. I'll pray, then train. I think it becomes once it becomes a part of your life, you can't really let go of it.
Yeah.
I think that's the important part. Religion is seen sometimes as just something that you just do. But if you make it your lifestyle and if you base everything you do around it, I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, brilliant. MashaAllah. And how about you, Yusuf? How do you balance your academic, professional and personal life?
As I said before, my revision for GCSEs is obviously important, so the times I'm not training, before training or after training, I'll start doing my revision, and it's all about preparation, as my older brother said. All about preparation, that's all important.
And I suppose having the supportive parents as well, like your father and your mother. Yeah.
Yep. Like, supportive parenting is important as well, because obviously the more they support me, the more I'm able to like do it as well. Alhamdulillah. And alhamdulillah, I've got a supportive father, supportive mother as well, and a supportive older brother who's done his GCSE not too long ago.
Yeah.
It does help, yeah.
Yeah, but I suppose there were some cries and tears during the process, though, wasn't it? You can be honest about it here.
Well, we don't say too much, but yeah.
That goes without saying.
Nothing.
Nothing goes too swimmingly easy, though, doesn't it? I mean, but you know, there must be sort of like tensions at times rising high, and
it's not green as it looks. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Nothing worth coming comes easy.
Yeah.
There's always hardship involved.
Yeah. So, Raj, would you as a parent like to add anything else to the terms of time management and discipline of what your sons had said? What else would you like to add anything else to what they've said? And what was your role in all this? And your wife's as well, because obviously you were both.
Yeah. Not really, other than what Hamza was saying, basically, you know. I would actually tell the parents, basically, you know, to keep the kids disciplined, you have to be disciplined yourselves. And this is what we've done, basically, you know. We actually, everything that we did for the kids, we were, you know, fully structured about it, basically. So if you, you know, place the structure to the plan, you know, and that's what it's about, I believe, basically.
Yeah, and I suppose the sort of like, I mean, it must be hard work for both you and your wife as parents, because you know you've got 6 kids, is it?
6 kids, yeah.
And like putting that plan in place for all the 6 kids to balance their academic, their professional, and their personal life. It must be quite hard, and especially if you're training all 6 of them into the boxing, because you says that you've got your other 4 at home who are also training.
100%, yeah. It was very, very hard. It wasn't, you know, it was not easy, I must say. It was hard, but you know, it can be done.
Yeah.
You know, and we showed it how it's done.
Of course,
it can be done. Yeah. As long as you know, motivated, and you know, something is there to drive you, and that's what it was basically. You know, Hamza's success, Yusuf's success, actually. You know, driven us, you know, and we kept it going.
Brilliant. Yeah. And have you taught your wife how to box yet?
Yeah, she can hit the bag.
Can she?
Yeah, she can hit the bag, and she can hit the pads as well, so she's not bad. You know, inshallah, one of them days she'll come down here. Yeah. And maybe, you know, she can do a demo for you guys.
Brilliant.
So,
I'm looking forward to that.
She's not bad, you know. I'm not going to lie to you, she's good. I mean, they're all fit, alhamdulillah, you know. You know, it's not just for the boys, it's for their, you know, for the wife and you know, for the girls as well, basically.
Yeah, brilliant.
So we're doing okay.
And at your training academy, is it all mixture of boys and girls then?
Yeah, all sorts of kids, basically.
Yeah.
You know. From the age of we have kids from 6 till, you know, 6 from the age of 6 to seniors, basically. You know, so all sorts of kids training there.
Brilliant. So Hamza, tell me, if it wasn't boxing, what other profession would you have followed?
I do get this question quite a lot, and I answer it the same every time. I don't know. Like, alhamdulillah, I've got good qualifications in terms of education. So, I know there would be maybe an alternative route, but I never think about it. I think boxing's the way forward for me.
Yeah.
I think I've come too far to not be the best at it. So.
Yeah, so you've come at a stage where you're thinking, I don't need to think about another profession.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But maybe a few years back, I'd have to keep both balanced.
Yeah.
So that I have the option, if this doesn't work, then that works, and if that doesn't work, then this works. But now I think I'm at a stage where boxing is my route.
Yeah, but at present you thought, now boxing is your route going forward. In the past, going back in the past, rewind a few years back, did you have a backup plan to say if you didn't pursue your boxing career? Did you have a backup plan at all?
There was no specific backup plan in place, but I just told myself I'm going to focus on every exam that I have and try to get the best grades possible, so that maybe one day if I need them, I'll have them. Like, I do, like, my GCSEs I did get got really good results.
Yeah.
Like my GCSEs, I've done 10 GCSEs and I passed every single one.
Alhamdulillah, brilliant.
And I got 5 A's,
Yeah.
4 B's, and 1 C. So I couldn't complain with that. Alhamdulillah, that was pretty good. Even though I had the GB Championships the week before the exam started,
The 3 nations,
which was hard to balance as well. Talking about balance.
Yeah.
So education is really important. But for me now, I think it's more of a thing of the past.
Yeah. So you think you've done your bit for education, but you've stopped it there because you've done a turn.
I've done a turn.
Yeah, to your
route,
gone down that route, which is like a fantastic achievement. So very proud. I mean, your parents must be very proud of you. Yeah. And how about you, Yusuf? If you don't pursue your career in boxing, what would you like to do?
This is really a good question because I've been boxing for a long time, and there was never a time where I ever thought of that.
Yeah.
Although some people do ask me, but obviously for me it's the same answer. I've been boxing for a long time and I've never even thought of that. But obviously as we know, I'm in GCSE, so inshallah I get the good results, and although alhamdulillah I would be staying in boxing, but if it wasn't, then I'd be looking for whatever, inshallah, with those good grades. But I'm always staying in my boxing, no matter how old I am, how long it would be since I've been doing boxing.
Yeah. And did you, I mean, with your friends at school, do you talk about boxing with your friends at school?
Yes, I do. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, and are they intrigued with your boxing aspirations?
Some of them, they like ask me, can I join your gym and all that, how much it is to pay and all that, because obviously they know what kind of boxer I am, and they want to be like me. I have everyone looking up to me. I have people every day messaging me as well, saying how much it is to join the club. And
so you're advertising your dad's academy then, aren't you?
Yeah.
Brilliant PR person. There you go, another job for him as well as boxing. Yeah, brilliant. And Hamza, tell me, then when you was at school and you was doing your boxing, and obviously, like, you know, you're thriving in that profession, how about your friends? Did they support you in your boxing?
Yeah, I did. I had quite a bit of support from my friends because, like, boxing's so unique. Like, you don't find any old person just doing boxing at such a high level. So, like, it was quite funny as well because obviously I'm boxing at a high level, even when I was at school with my friends. But then when I walked through the school gates, I was just a normal kid, striving for my education. So it was quite unique, but I did get a lot of support, you know, emotionally, even physically, coming and supporting, coming down to the club. So yeah, you know, it's a respectful profession.
Yeah.
So yeah, it got me a few more friends as well. So.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I was happy with that.
So you can't complain with that then.
That,
and how about the school? Did they support you? I mean, sort of like, obviously because you had to take him out of school to these tournaments. What was the support from the school?
Yeah, they were helpful. They were very supportive of me. They would advertise my achievements a lot. You know, even to this day, you know, the teachers still contact me, message me. I'd love to go back to my school and, you know, do a little speech to motivate the people whose shoes I was in a few years ago.
Yeah.
And possibly they could be in my shoes in a few years' time.
And I think that will be you'll be a brilliant motivator for them.
I'd like to hope so. Yeah, I've motivated quite a lot of people already. So
yeah, brilliant, fantastic. So as a young boxer and as 6 times national champion, any advice and tips for the upcoming young boxers out there?
Advice? Yeah, 2 pieces of advice. I'd say 1, to obey and follow your parents, because obviously in this day and age, like, I don't know, it's natural. Maybe you think your parents don't want the best for you, they're nagging you, but, you know, they want the best for you, whatever they say. So I feel like you should respect and honour their opinion, because, you know, all they want is the best for you. And second of all, I say follow your dreams, because everyone's dreams and aspirations are different. No one person is the same. So whether that be academically or through an alternative route like myself, just follow your dreams, follow your aspirations, and whatever you want to do, just do it. Especially in this day and age, you know, no one's going to stop you, so you do you, I guess. Yeah. And, you know, there's ever any advice that any youngsters watching, anyone watching, do contact me on my social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, you know, whatever, real hamzauddin. Please get in touch with me, and any advice I can give to my community, I will give, because without them, we're nothing.
Well, such wise words here. You know, you're very sort of like, I mean, you must be very proud of him. You look at the wise words he's coming out with for such, he's matured a lot though, hasn't he, for an 18-year-old? Because like a lot of 18-year-olds, you're spoon feeding them.
He has been taught well from us.
Yeah. And Raj, any advice to any of the parents out there for you know for how they should support their children following their aspirations?
Yeah, you know, as I have touched it before, you know, this is not about making your kids, you know, lawyers and barristers. It's about ask them what they want, what they like, basically, you know, and ask them to you know, set goals for themselves. Yeah, and obviously the parents got to go behind it to support them. Yeah, and you know, it's basically a combination. Basically, it's the kids' efforts as well as the parents' efforts. Yeah. So I would like to tell the parents, basically, support your kids and let them do what they want to do. Yeah. Don't force them to do anything that they don't want to do. You know?
Yeah, brilliant. And how about you, young man? What's your advice out there?
My only advice is that, as Asma Choudhury said, chase your goals, chase your dreams, and find activities rather than like being in the streets, because unfortunately people my age, if they're on the streets, are doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing. So I would say find either sports or whatever parents want you to do, like getting jobs, be a doctor, or any sports. It doesn't have to be boxing, it could be anything. But just always keep fit and just don't do stuff you're not supposed to be doing on the street. And also, please follow my journey as well, my Instagram, Snapchat, and my TikTok as well.
Yeah, do you want to tell them what your the names of those accounts are?
My Instagram, to follow that up, Yusuf_Uddin 06. For my Snapchat, yusufuddin123. My TikTok, official Yusufuddin, and I'll be posting a lot of boxing videos, because this is where a lot of people look up to me. This is why they start to ask stuff like, like how much it costs, like for the training. Be like me, as they look up to, because every day I'm getting comments, they're loving my content and they want to do what I'm doing right now. Like, such as dropping people inspiring as well. Yeah. That people asking, oh, how have you got so much power? Yeah. Teach me as well.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. And I suppose it's a brilliant feeling that people are looking up to you and asking you for that advice. Yeah. 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 And just to mention to the video, to our viewers out there, your the names of your accounts.
Yeah, real hamzauddin on all social media platforms, whether that be Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, wherever you name it. I've also got my website, hamzauddin.com. Check that out. You can see all my achievements. You can go to the sponsorship tab and also, you know, navigate there if you want to help and sponsor the journey. You can also do that. Anything you want, you know, if you want advice, if you want to see how I do things, whatever you want, just message me. I'm always available. Always ready to help.
Thank you. So I'd like to thank you all, Hamza, Raj, Yusuf, thank you very much for coming to the studio and sharing your journeys and your words of wisdom. I really got inspired by this, and I'm sure our audience out there was inspired by your journeys, your advice and your words of wisdom. Thank you very much for attending the studio. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, this is our story.
Thank you.
Sorry?
Thanks for having us.
That's okay, it's a pleasure. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is how one family are balancing their academic, professional and personal life. There are many families out there who do that. This is just one family story that we shared. So thank you very much for tuning in to Family Time. Please stay tuned on Beyond TV, and I shall be back in another couple of weeks with another interesting show. Thank you very much, and Assalamu alaikum.
BEONTVUK for the community, by the community. www.beontvuk.com